Hi, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a oldie, thank you. And welcome if you're a new subscriber, of which we have many. And I'd like to thank you and hope you will stay. This is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday, the 19th of March 2018. And it's a major arcana, the Hanged Man. Quite weird looking card, obviously. The man's hanging upside down by one foot and the other foot is like across the body, very much like the Fool of card 0. And words associated with this are sacrifice, seeing things from a different angle, and also the sense of waiting and seeing, being in suspension. So immediately people could be like, oh my goodness, that doesn't look like a good card. The Hanged Man, does that not feel someone's maybe hung out to dry or whatever? And yes, it can do, but I have good experiences of this card and I choose to read it in a very positive way most of the time. Again, with one card, you're giving your own feeling and your own interpretation of it. In a spread, it would have various cards round about it that might change that perspective, but this is a general card for all of us for the week ahead. Now, the Hanged Man, when it comes out, is normally a delay card. It slows things down. So if you're waiting for an answer about maybe a job or about a hospital appointment or just something you're waiting for, it probably will be delayed. And if you can factor that time into it and relax with it, then you'll not be kind of put off course because of this card's influence. So in general terms, give yourself time in the week ahead to get anywhere, particularly if it's public transport. Also give yourself time to do certain tasks, because with this card sometimes computers break down, things don't store properly. You sometimes have to sacrifice one thing to get ahead with another, and from that point of view it can be very frustrating. But if you're going into a week ahead and you think, well, that's all planned and it's going to work like clockwork, and the Hanged Man comes out, the best thing you can know is, no, it's not going to work like clockwork, and it's not going to work necessarily the way that you want it to. But at the end of it, you might have seen things from a different perspective, gained knowledge, gained wisdom, and know how to prepare for a certain situation again. And that to me is the epitome and the main archetype of this card. So what does it mean in career? In career, it's always a good thing to realise that this could be a week of delays. Factor more time in. If you've got a job to do and you reckon you'll get it done by Wednesday, you'll probably get it done by Friday. There'll be interruptions, there'll be things that hold you back, maybe to do with your home life or your health or whatever, world situations, who knows. But you're going to have to learn patience in work in the week ahead, and then you will be okay. The other way is if you've hitting your head off a brick wall with a problem, the Hanged Man's a great advice card. He says, look at it from a different angle. You know how sometimes you look at a picture and you don't see much in it, but if you tilt your head away to the side, or you lie on the ground looking at it or whatever, things look different from different angles. And that's why in my book Novice to Pro, this is a card of like steeplejacks and people that go up chimneys or hang down. And I'm going to read the chapter from Karma City, my book on the tarot set in an urban environment, and I'll read the chapter and put it up after this so that you can see how this how my fictional account of the Hanged Man card can work in real life. And I hope you'll join me in that. I'm doing more reading of my books, particularly when we get a major arcana that I can match up to Karma City Ouija Tarot. So at work, be patient, look at things from a different angle, and realise that you might have to sacrifice your time a little bit for something else or even someone else. You might want to forge ahead with your own stuff, but really it's your place to mentor in the week ahead. If we look at health, I always just use this card for knees, believe it or not. Knees and sometimes ankles, but mainly knees. and also for vertigo. So if you have sore knees this week, chances are that you'll have sore knees. Many people will get knee replacements this week that will go on to really work very well. And the vertigo aspect is just, you could have a viral labyrinthitis, you could have hearing disorder that's making you that wee bit dizzy. So watch out for vertigo and look after your knees. As usual, bonkers interpretation of the cards with health for me, but it's just I see where I'm drawn in the cards, and I do have a degree in pharmacy, and I do know a lot about the body, so I'm drawn to certain areas and they match up with the card, even if it's just a tiny cell. Anyway, if we look at love, if you're in a long-term relationship, this week ahead is about sacrificing your time, your energy and your love for someone else. And I don't mean giving it away or whatever. What I mean is that if you're in a partnership, this card normally says that the other person will need you to put them first. And it's as simple as that. You may have to stand back and see the world from their perspective in the week ahead. You could find that you can't understand why they're upset about something or why they're so tired or whatever. Step right back. Do a 180-degree turn if you have to. Google some stuff online if you have to, but try and see things from another perspective and give your time, your energy and your love to your partner in the week ahead. If you're looking for a partner, the Hanged Man is more about gaining knowledge about your own self, what your hopes are, what your needs are, and how you maybe need to look at things for a different perspective. If your Mr. Right has to tick all these boxes, you might find that someone comes this week that ticks none of those boxes, but there's still an amazing connection there. You need to look at things from a different perspective. Just because you've said, I won't be with that sort of person, that sort of person, that sort of person, I need someone tall, I need someone with money, this, all these sort of things, you might find that the universe gives you what would be seen as not your type. So you need to look at things from another perspective, and if you do that, then you could actually find that you've got the love of your life this week. And if not, be prepared to wait, because waiting is better than dating arses, basically. And if we look at money, again, it can mean that, it's nicer this week to sacrifice your money for the good of something else. You maybe give to charity, maybe hold on to your money and look at ways of maybe making extra money by looking at different perspectives. I know I do so and so, but could I do this? Could I do that? And you might actually find that you come up with, oh, sorry, bird just flew out the window there. It's a big magpie. There we go. Don't worry about it being magpies, with magpies all over the place in the fields. So we don't really go the one for sorrow, two for joy, because guarantee that there'll be another magpie along in the next couple of minutes. There it is. Anyway, so with money, be prepared to look at things from different angles if you want to bring more money in, and also be aware of how much you're maybe not giving to charity and make that right. So what can look like a horrific card is actually tends to be, for me, a wee warning to look at things from a different perspective, to expect delays, and sometimes just to slow down. From a spiritual point of view, this is a brilliant card. It's about being in a kind of suspended state where you can't do certain things, and then you go back to source and you get the knowledge that you need. In all spiritualities, a lot of religions, etc., there's the idea of sacrifice for the greater good, or sacrifice for knowledge and wisdom and magic, and that's all encapsulated in this card as well. So if you find maybe you're stuck off work because of, say, an illness, use that time, if you're stuck in your bed, to actually meditate if you can, to really think about the big questions in your life and to go inside and go deep on them. And also, if you're wanting to progress with your spirituality and maybe learn something, be prepared to sacrifice time to do it. You know, you say, oh, I can't learn the tarot, I've no time, but you might have been on YouTube for the last 3 hours, so you just need to watch my channel and then you can go off. I don't mean that, there's some really good creators and I watch YouTube a lot too, but what I'm trying to say is if I feel that I've not got enough time to focus on something, I wouldn't go on YouTube, particularly that way. I then don't get caught up in watching videos that tell me things like how to shave a goat's foot. I mean, literally, if you follow what's recommended to you and you keep going with that, you will find that you accrue some skills that you possibly will never ever need in this life. So just be careful of that and focus on your spirituality. So I hope you've enjoyed the Hangman card. It's just my interpretation of it. But I will go into the week ahead knowing that certain things won't work at the timing that I want, but they'll work at the time that the universe needs them to for me. And if you can trust in a higher source, trust of wisdom and knowledge coming from a higher source, then this card won't upset you in any way. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Please keep giving thumbs up and commenting, because it's only by doing this that this YouTube algorithm will actually share my videos more. At the moment it's just the same people seeing them all the time, and it has to get out there more. And the way you can help that is to give thumbs up, to comment, to share if you can as well. And if you want to support my channel, there's a PayPal button, or I now have 9 books out and they're all on Amazon, so if you'd like to support me that way, that would be brilliant too. So thank you very much. I hope to see you next week for next week's weekly tarot, and many blessings now. Bye.